Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and I'm here with another Pauper League, and we're going to be playing Elves this time. And we're going to be trying a new KALDHEIM card. We're going to be playing JASPERA Sentinel, and I'll get into the deck tech, and then we'll get right into some games. But first, my channel, youtube.com/snapbolt. Go there, check it out, give me a subscribe if you like the content, like this video too. That'll really help me out. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. So this is Elves, and this is one of my favorite decks. It's kind of like a pet deck of mine. I actually played a lot of Elves in Legacy, and I've played a fair amount of Elves in Pauper too. I like owned this deck for a long, long time, and I used to jam it like over and over back in the day. But now we're trying a new card in Sentinel here, and 1 mana, 1/2 reach. The reach is relevant, and then tap another untapped creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. And the reason why this is so good, it now with Birchwar Rangers and Sentinel, you have 8 creatures that make mana of any color, so you can more easily play Distant Melody without playing any non-forests. Not only that, but now that you have more multicolored sources, you can just play Hydroblast and Pyroblast in the sideboard, which looks kind of weird, but let me tell you why it's good. I think it's really good because a lot of people are like relying on Fiery Cannonade and things like that to like wrath you. Otherwise, you can kind of like take over the game. However, you just bring in Hydroblast in those matchups and just try to like anytime like you think they might cannonade, you just always leave up 1 mana, like either with Sentinel or Ranger, and just try to play around cannonade. That's the idea. Then having Pyroblast just seems good against the blue decks as well. Um, but let me go through the entire list here. I'm playing 13 forests, which is a little bit low, but I like to be a little bit greedy. So what can I say? At least it's not 9 lands like the Storm deck, but 13 lands, you are going to have to mulligan just some non-functional hands because 13 lands is really not that many, but that's kind of where this deck is at. You have a lot of mana sources in your creatures. So a lot of 1 land hands look really good and you can keep, especially with Korean Ranger. But okay, we have 6 Llanowar Elf effects. We have quad Birchwar, like I said, and quad Sentinel. And then one interesting card is actually a couple Essence Wardens. And I didn't really want to include these. I wanted to play some Metal Sentinels, but I think these are actually pretty good. Just because if you're going off and you're drawing a bunch of cards with Lead the Stampede and Distant Melody and kind of drawing your deck, then you're going to want some number of Essence Wardens. Just in some situations, you might be able to play like 20 creatures, but then still die to like a flyer or something weird. But if you have Essence Warden, you can just gain like 20 life that turn, and then you can't die, and then you win next turn. So I think having these is actually pretty nice. Not to mention just makes your burn matchup like a lot better. But unlike Well-Wisher, these gain you life as you're going off. So they're pretty important. Quad Elvish Vanguard's just the big elf, basically gets a +1/+1 counter whenever another elf enters. Quad Priest of Titania. I've seen a lot of people, they go down to 3 Priest. I just don't know why. If you're playing this deck, this is like one of the best cards in the deck. It's just like the reason to be this deck. And it's just like a throwback card for me. It's a favorite card of mine from back in the day. So definitely for Trip Well-Wisher. I think Quad Timberwatch is non-negotiable as well. And then 4 Lead the Stampede and back to 4 Distant Melody. So the deck used to be, I used to just be playing Winding Way and Lead the Stampede and no Distant Melody. But I'm going to try Melody again now that we have Sentinel. This is just 4 mana sorcery, choose a creature type, draw a card for each permanent of that type that you control. So you just obviously name Elf, and then you just draw like 5, 6, or 20 cards, whatever. And then we're playing 1 Invoker. This is just a way to win through fogs and stuff. This seems pretty sweet to me, because sometimes you just can make like 50 mana, and then you just dome them a bunch of times. So this seems great. I've also seen people play, I forget the name of it. It's like a 4 mana 4/3 elf, and for 8, oh, it's a Wildheart Invoker. And for 8 mana, you give a creature +5/+5 and trample. But this just seems so much better to me. The red mana doesn't matter that much. If you get to a point where it's relevant, you should be able to cast it. And this doesn't, your creatures don't have to attack for this to be good, which plays around Stonehorn Dignitary and Fogs. So I definitely like the Valakut Invoker. And then Lissalana Huntmaster. It's a 4 mana 3/3 Hill Giant, but whenever you cast an elf spell, you make a 1/1 elf. So this has a lot of synergies just with like Well-Wisher, Timberwatch, Vanguard, Priest. The whole deck is just like so much synergy going on. And in the sideboard, Quad Hydroblast, Quad Pyroblast, really nice, good to have. I don't typically like cards like Rapid Vigor, but I'm gonna try it. I know everyone else plays two of them, but it looks like fine to me. I just generally don't like playing effects like this. I think they're overall not that strong, but I can see why you might want it. It's good against black, where I mean, if we play against like a mono black like Crypt Rats deck, we're gonna be in a rough spot anyway. But I can see why you want these. Couple Gleeful Sabotage, couple Scattershot against fairy decks, and a couple Longbows, which not the biggest fan of, but I'm willing to try it. I think these are good against fairy decks too. So let's go with this, and let's just jump right into it. I'll see you in round one. Can't wait to get started. All right, welcome to round one with Elves against AI. Looks like we're on the play, and with our 13 land deck, this is what happens. 0 lands, it's mulligan, and this hand's actually not very good either, but I think I'm supposed to keep. At least we have like plays we can make. I don't really want to go to 5. I could. I think I actually just put back an Essence Warden. And then I go Ranger into Well-Wisher into hopefully Timberwatch and then lead the Stampede. So we got some stuff going on here. This can also get us to 3 mana. So this is definitely a keep. We against Burn? Looks like it. Yep. I was gonna say I think I play Well-Wisher, but now I'm definitely just gonna play Vanguard because they might be forced to just Riftbolt this, and I'd rather like play Well-Wisher next turn. They're gonna have to kill Well-Wisher 100%. They can't let me activate this once. Um, but also then I get more counters on this if they ignore it. So I like this line. I could also consider waiting on Well-Wisher to try to make sure it can survive. Yeah, they're just gonna start killing my elves. This is fine though. Like I said, they're gonna have to kill Well-Wisher. I can play Timberwatch this turn. Seems reasonable. It uses my mana better. I think it's definitely better than Lead the Stampede, because then if I untap with this, excuse me, plus Quarian Ranger, then I can protect Well-Wisher. So I think it's actually pretty easy. So let's untap a Quarian Ranger, bounce a forest, replay forest. So that's the trick right there. And then no need to attack, they're just gonna block. And now they kind of are forced to kill Timberwatch all, and then we keep going in this cycle. If I draw a land, I can't actually play Huntmaster because the Quarian Ranger trick only works when you don't have a land drop. Like next turn we'll have 3 mana, but there's no way we can go to 4 mana next turn. So this is a pretty bad draw from our deck here, but we were already on a mulligan, and I didn't want to go any lower. And we just get to bring in quadruple Hydroblast. Seems good to me. We can just like kill this. We can just counter burn spells, all while having like a aggressive elf aggro plan. This card is annoying, but kind of sucks that we put an Essence Warden on the bottom too. All right, burn opponent just in the tank here. Land down to 5 cards. Ping us. Yeah, again, if they don't kill this, they might be in trouble. Because then I can save my Well-Wisher from a bolt next turn. Or just start attacking for damage. I can't really like activate an attack, but I think this is just gonna die. Lava Spike me, okay. Opponent is playing pretty slow. Maybe they're just trying to be like methodical, not mess up. Lightning Bolt. They're playing their burn spells. So yeah, next turn I play Well-Wisher, like pretty much 100%. Skewer target me. Okay. The more things they just target me with, the more likely that this is going to survive. Yeah, I mean, this looks good to me. I'm at 12. They have 3 cards in hand. And if they're letting me untap with this, again, I can protect this. So, looks good. I guess I can attack with Corian, and they can't really block. It's just 1 damage, but I think I might as well. I'm not going to pump. If they try to block, I will pump. Because I want to get this off the table. Because I can always untap and protect this in response. They can only really play 1 burn spell unless they have like Bolt plus Fire Blast. Wow. They're going for this? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go for this. So if I pump and they go Bolt on Korean Ranger in response, then I go activate Korean Ranger, untap this, Bolt pump again. So unless they have Bolt plus Fire Blast and use both on this, it'll work. So I'm just gonna do this. This is +2/+2. I guess they could just have Lightning Bolt still. Maybe I did need to play Well-Wisher first to give +3/+3. Oh, they're just pinging? Interesting. They let it resolve? Now they're going for a spell? Now they're going to try to kill this? Lightning Bolt. Oh, target me. I see. Sure. So they have to kill me next turn, which they might be able to do. But I don't think there's much I could have done about that because if I had played Well-Wisher, they would have just killed that. I guess that could have bought me 1 more turn, but I think that it was right. All right, we just have to hope we don't die here. They have 3 cards. This feels like Fire Blast. And then Bolt. Okay. Nothing we could really do that game, I don't think. All right, let's bring this in. I mean, Rapid Vigor is reasonable. Just as like a trick, just regenerate, save my creatures. Yeah, they might have some number of like Wrath like type cards. Sometimes they play that like 1/1 where you reveal cards and it deals X damage, where X is the number of red cards you reveal. I think I can go down on Distant Melodies. I don't think I need to do that to win this matchup. I could just go down to like 1, even cut like a lead the Stampede and just focus on like just playing all my creatures out. I don't really need to draw cards. Yeah, just have all my creatures, all my protection, and a lot less card advantage, and just focus on like just outvaluing them by playing a bunch of creatures. Seems good to me. Plus, like with Hydroblast backup to protect my creatures, like I can just protect this and stuff. I think it's good enough. This is the most clunky and like especially Distant Melody. Maybe I'm supposed to just do this because they're gonna be killing my creatures a lot of the time. So like this is just straight up worse than this, I think. Yeah, and it's blue. I don't need to Distant Melody in this matchup to win. I just need to play creatures out. Just thinking if there's anything else I want. I don't think so. This looks good. Let's run it. This is close. I don't have a blue source for Hydroblast, and I only have 1 land. I'm on the play. My Korean Ranger dies. I just do nothing. If it doesn't, I just tap out basically for priest on turn 2 and hope that lives too. I think I can just do better. All right. Well, this looks better. This also isn't perfect, but I'll just put a blue blast back because I can't cast them yet. Pass. Again, probably just going to play Vanguard here. Okay. Well, now I can go Essence Warden into Vanguard, and that's actually a pretty decent turn. And I would care about the 1 life more than the +1/+1 counter, I think, because this is still a threat, and this is, I think, an even bigger threat. I think the life is better. Like, I think they're going to have to Rift Bolt this and Bolt this or something next turn. So, looking reasonable. What we wouldn't want to see is like some type of Wrath effect this turn. Oh god. Them targeting us is not a good sign for us. Okay, just skewer. That kind of makes sense, but they let this survive. It's kind of weird. Okay. Just play my things out and that's it. That's all I can do. Still at 18 though. Oh, they missed a land drop. I wasn't even paying attention. Chain Lightning my 2/2. Okay. Okay, that is probably the best draw in our deck. I can only activate Timberwatch once, but they're only on 1 mana. And if I draw a Birch or Ranger at any point and get to cast this Hydroblast, it should be really good. I don't have a Corian to go off with this, but even 1 activation from this is just pretty brutal for them. And them just being stuck on lands, yeah, they have a lot of gas, but not being able to like double spell kill this is so brutal against this. So, feeling pretty good here. They're just gonna bolt me or something, or suspend a Rift Bolt maybe. They obviously can't. Oh yeah, they're gonna just suspend Rift Bolt, and then they're gonna Rift Bolt something, and then try to play another like Lightning Bolt in response, I suppose. Okay, well there's Jaspera, so I go Sentinel, gain life right now, and then attack for 1. Just make them use 2 burn spells on this, and then I still have Hydroblast up, and then I can start pumping my Elves to attack. Because, yeah, they're probably going to have to, again, Rift Bolt this. I'm going to pump. They're going to Lightning Bolt. But then I at least deal with 2 Lightning Bolts, basically. Seems good to me. I suppose they could also target Timberwatch, but leaving this alive seems pretty risky. Yeah, they're going for the Timberwatch. Okay. So it's just Timberwatch target itself because it's an old card and it can do that. It makes it so much better. Now they have to use another Lightning Bolt or something on this. Okay, they're targeting Well-Wisher this time. Okay. That's fine. I mean, we have 10 lands out of 50, so we have a 20% chance to draw a land, and every other card in our deck is a good draw. Nice. That's pretty sweet. Just go Lissalana. No attack, I think. I just think I'll just be patient here. Lissalana's a big boy. We're at 22. They do have 7 cards, but they're still on... Okay, I was going to say they're still on 1 land. If they might just play like a Thermal Alchemist or something here. I wonder if they even still have that in their deck. Also having this does help play around cards like Electricity, just because it's a 1/2. It increases like the number of 2 toughness creatures in your deck, which is nice. I guess you do have to cut Nettle for it, but I think it's still really good. Because now I have Timberwatch activation plus Hydroblast up. So if they just go for like killing my creatures here, I don't think it's actually going to work out for them. They were actually like played pretty well with the Hydroblast into removal spell. That's like the line they had to do on one land to get out of the Well-Wisher quote unquote lock, but still not looking good for them. This is an interesting matchup because all of their like burn can either go face or kill my creatures basically. All right, so this is good for me. So I'm gonna go Timberwatch, target itself, and then you can use creatures with summoning sickness on Sentinel. So they're gonna play another removal spell, and I'm gonna counter it. Yeah. So we drew Sentinel just in time. Thought I heard something out there. So I suppose they could Fire Blast something right now, but that would be fine too. I feel like I'm playing slow and taking my time, but opponent really is. I guess with that deck, they might as well take their time on decisions, but it's like, are they really going to Fire Blast something, go to 0 lands here? I mean, I guess they could. Maybe they think that's their best chance to win, but then I'm like 90% to draw an elf every turn, and then I'm just making 2 elves per turn. So that's not looking good for them either. I think they just have to let this happen. But then once this untaps, they can't really kill any of my creatures again. So, yeah. Oh, they're going for it. We know they were stuck on land, so they have definitely no lands left. I mean, this is fine. It's bad if I draw like runner land, but again, I'm only like, yeah, so we sealed. I'm only like around 10%. Now a little bit over to draw a land every turn. And now we know they don't have any lands unless they either top deck a land, but we know they didn't have any in hand. Of course. Why not? Unless they just like didn't play a land by accident or something. Lava Runner? I don't know if that should be in their deck anymore. Birchlore Rangers? I guess it's a 2/2. It's kind of holding my team back. I'll just cast this and then attack for 3. I could maybe I just attack with all. They eat like a Jaspera Sentinel, take 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, go into 4. That might be my best chance. Hmm. So if they eat this and then next turn they like bolt this, they're at 4 and I have 5 power. All right, I'm going for it. So if their play is kill Sentinel and then untap, kill another creature, kill this, let's say, then I still have lethal. So they're gonna have to have land plus like 2 removal spells to not die here. That's why I think this is correct. Nice. Yeah, also having just Essence Warden can be really nice. It's just like something that they have to kill. I mean, Lead the Stampede is not great, but I guess it can still be fine. I don't think Scattershot Archer is good, and I don't think Longbow is good at all. I'd rather have Lead the Stampede than those cards. Gleeful Sabotage can kill Curse, but I'm not too worried about curse. I'd rather like have our deck stocked with creatures than have like Gleeful Sabotage in our deck for a card that they may or may not have. I mean, I'm not going to mulligan this hand. It's not insane, but it's not bad. They kept 7? So lucky? Come on. Riftbolt. Have they started Riftbolt every game? Love this art on Llanowar. So next turn I'm going Priest plus Llanowar, I think. Thermal Alchemist, that's scary. Yeah, why don't I go Priest plus Llanowar, and then next turn I can go double Well-Wisher. I could even draw like a Birchwell Ranger or something. Yeah, let's do it. I can double Well-Wisher even if my Priest dies. So they may be tempted to kill this, but I feel like they're not going to. I guess I could die by taking this slower line here, but again, I kind of like sandbagging these when I can. They're like scared of this. This actually isn't doing that much with this draw yet, unless I draw Lead the Stampede. So I think this is fine. Searing Blaze. That's pretty much worst case scenario. That card's like an all-star in this matchup. And nothing else. Okay. Now I'll just play double Well-Wisher. No attack. Just hope they don't have more things that kill our creatures here. We just get to untap with a Well-Wisher. Feel like one of them's getting bolted. No. No Wrath, please. No Wrath one time. Mountain. They have 3 cards in hand. Don't do it, opponent. No. Man, I think that's game. Another Thermal Alchemist. I mean, I don't think it was right to play around that. That was actually a good draw considering, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That was brutal. If I just played one Well-Wisher there and then they just go like bolt it, untap, that's not good for me either. So I think I just have to hope that they don't have like an electric or something. I don't know how often Burn has that kind of stuff, but looks like we're dead here. Even with like, these are still just pingers, even with like no more cards in hand. If they just have 2 lands in hand, we're still behind by a lot. So, ah. I mean, I can just concede here. They have ping ping, untap, ping ping, bolt. So I can't cast this Hydroblast. All right. We'll get him in round 2. I think this deck is actually pretty good. We just barely got this game. GG's. Burn gets you sometimes. Nothing you can do about it. See you in round 2. All right. Welcome to round 2. We're 0-1. We lost to Burn. This is a snap keep. Just kidding. This is definitely a mulligan. And this looks a lot better. Could just put back a Distant Melody. Can't cast it yet. You want to draw those later when you can cast them. Our hands have looked pretty awkward so far, and that's definitely going to happen with this deck, but this deck is super fun when it goes off. I don't know about the numbers of 0 Winding Way, 4 Lead the Stampede, 4 Distant Melody. You're playing the 8 most powerful ones, but maybe you want something like 2 Winding Way, 3 Lead the Stampede, 3 Distant Melody. I don't really know, but I'm just not sure. Now next turn, I have the option of Timberwatch or Vanguard, unless this dies, which looks like to be the case. Then I just obviously jam Vanguard. Okay, no land. Wow. I mean, our draw is not really that functional either, but one land is one land. Did they keep 7 on the play? And then they hit a land here. It's annoying for us. Land. We only have 11 left. No. No. All right. Looks like we are probably not winning this. We have a couple Gleeful Sabotage, and that's about it. They bounce a land. Makes sense. And then they can scry for more lands. If I draw a land next turn, I could certainly get out of this. They bottomed, so they might miss on land again. There we go. Obviously can't attack 2/2 into 3/2/3, so just pass. And did they miss on land? Looks like it. Core Skyfisher, bounce Prism, or Witching Well, or land. Okay, I guess they can go Galv Blast. Looks like they're probably gonna do that. Oh no, Springleaf Drum, Mirror Enforcer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they can't Mirror Enforcer. Okay. Are they going to attack? They do. Wow. That's kind of aggressive. I guess they figured they probably can't block anyway. I mean, second Timberwatch is pretty good, but Priest kind of allows me to go off next turn. I think this has the highest upside. And now they can't even Galv Blast my Timberwatch because I can just punt target itself. So they can Galv Blast like a Priest, but that's all they can do. And I think if they had Galv Blast, they probably would have used it. But I'll still just play it like this. Sure, Mirror Enforcer doesn't do much. Okay. And draw with Star. That is scary. Okay. They attack me for 4. Yeah, this is pretty scary. This is insane. I can't block these flyers. I'm at 14. They have 0 cards in hand. They have a lot of artifacts out. But I can start making chumpers next turn, or this turn. So if I tap Priest now, I have 3 6 mana. Alternatively, I can play Fintorn Elves and then tap Priest, but then that still doesn't quite work. I suppose just playing Lissalana first is best because I want to get chump blockers for a Tog here. I can take some more damage off Core Skyfisher because if I draw like a specifically a Birchlore Ranger and I can go off with this, then I should be able to win. So I think I just have to go 3 4 mana Huntmaster, trigger this, Fintorn Elf, double trigger this, pass. And then they can't even really attack with any of their ground creatures. Always yes, always yield. You definitely always want to yes and yield to all the triggers in Elves because they can get pretty insane. They just keep going off. Sweet. We can do this here. We're going to 10. They can draw 2 or crack Star. If they attack with the Tog, I think I block here and then use Timberwatch. Yeah, I guess I could block with Vanguard and then use Timberwatch. So I just go to 10. I have some time though. And again, if I ever draw a blue source for this, that's gonna be great. 3 mana. Why are they tapping lands first? I don't know. Maybe they're just gonna crack Witching Well. They're just going Fling. Okay. Well, nothing I can do about that. Unfortunate. They just drew into the Fling. Might as well get all the damage in. All right, it's 19 power. And then Fling. Okay. I was about to put a third or fourth Gleeful in the sideboard over like this and this, but at the last second I decided not to. I think these are actually good in this matchup too. Because you can kill a Tog, you can counter Fling, you can. They're also going to bring in Cart Clan Shaman, which you can counter. So definitely like that. Oh, was I supposed to side out Valka Invoker against red? Probably. I'm probably keeping the fourth Stampede. Side out like one or two melodies. Hmm. Well Wisher's not bad. It can definitely be a problem for them. I mean, Vanguard's good, but it's not that insane. Sometimes I did like to cut some number of just the Llanowar Elves. They're they're good when you draw them early, but they're like some of the lower power level cards in the deck. Could cut a Huntmaster. I don't want to cut any Lead the Stampedes. Distant Melody just seems a little more risky in game 2 against a deck that has access to Wraths. What's the last cut? One of the Well-Wishers, just because it's not necessarily going to be great. Could cut a Lissalana because it's a little bit clunky. Let's try this. I think the 4 Hydroblast is worth it. Counters Galblast, counters Cart Clan, counters Atog. All very important spells. I think I'm supposed to keep this. I think these are the hands you're supposed to keep. They're unlikely to have turn 1 Galblast for my Quarian, and then I'm just gonna get to play a priest. And if that dies, I can keep playing priests, and then kind of go off. Gleeful Sabotage. Okay, that's an interesting one. Not great against Darksteel. You want to kill 2 lands with this if you can, but all right. Just attack for 1, and then go untap this, play priest, pass the turn. Looks like our priest is gonna die here. Kind of expected. Like land electricity would be the worst possible thing, but people don't even have electricity all that often anymore. I even kind of like how this deck is positioned compared to Walls. Oh wow, do they not have another land? Oh god, that's bad for them. Now I have Quarian plus Priest. That's just such a good engine. Oh, and Birchlore. That was an insanely good draw. So now I can just like play out so much of my hand here. Watch this. Let's go lead on Birchlore because it adds more mana with Priest of Titania. And then I go add 3 mana. Let's see. Guess I can untap now. There's no reason not to. Just untap land. I am gonna want to get Timberwatch down. Can I do everything? I might be able to just do everything. And then I'll have 5 mana. 6, 7. I think I can do pretty much everything. I don't want to Gleeful Sabotage yet anyway. And I think I want to lead the Stampede first, but let's just go Well-Wisher, and then 5 mana, and then lead the Stampede. Yeah, because I was going to say, if I hit another Quarian Ranger, then I can make even more mana. But this isn't terrible either. And now... let's go 3 mana. Timberwatch. Plus play another Birchler Ranger. Attack for 1. So they basically have to have land Electricity here. I guess they could have Cartclan Shaman, but again, I don't think I can really play around that. I think I just need to play my cards. Red mana. Don't do it, opponent. Don't do it. I suppose I could have Gleeful Sabotaged the Star to cut them off colored mana. That actually may have been the play. Because if I get Wrath here somehow, then I definitely should have done that. I didn't really want to because it feels like it's like bad value, but I think it was the play. Are they just gonna Gallblast something? They're just like deciding what to Gallblast. I think they're dead next turn. They're saying test? No, I could have played around this. That kills like my entire board. Oh no, just punted. Got punished. I should have gone Gleeful Sabotage. I like thought of it like later. Oh man, that's a punt. I mean, they don't have any lands either, but feels bad. And of course, they draw land. I deserve that. Just made a mistake. I could have just killed the star. And then I would have got to untap with at least Timberwatch up and Quarian. And yeah, they probably couldn't have cast anything. I think I can attack. And I didn't Gleeful Sabotage there on purpose because I can just now Gleeful Sabotage, kill both lands. So hopefully they just try to like play something random out. Would like to conspire this Gleeful Sabotage. Alright, Cal bless that. Okay. Drum. Sure. Still not going to Gleeful Sabotage. I could, but if I'm able to untap and kill 2 things with it, it's going to be so much better. Just stings. It stings. The punt. I feel like just like these last couple leagues, I've been making some bad mistakes that I typically don't make. Hopefully this is just like a Pathetic Prism or a Mirror Enforcer or something. Alright. Core Skyfisher. You're gonna bounce a land? They have Gallblast here. Or is this just another artifact? Okay, it's good. Now I can kill double land. Okay. Cast with Conspire. Target that. Tap these 2. And then on Conspire, I'll kill the Ancient Den. They still have 1 mana from Drum, but pretty confident in this now. Just they had to have like exactly Cart Clan Shaman too. I mean, they're gonna have a good number of those, but target this. Double land destruction you, and they have a land. No. Oh no. Okay. Board is Wrath for the third time. I mean, I don't deserve to win this after my punt. So they have potentially 2 mana. No. I just saw the line a little bit too late. Okay. A little bit late for the blue mana there. The fact that this has to untap to be able to make mana is pretty rough. I guess it's a decent turn 1 play. Because a lot of times you can play another elf out and then make mana with it on turn 2. Okay. Opponent going off. Doing what that deck does. Then I just have to take. I go down to 17. Now I'm taking so much damage. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage. And there's nothing I can really do about it. It feels so bad. I can blue blast a red spell. But I probably cannot kill them. So I have to just take here, I think. I could chump, but I just don't think that matters. I go to 2. Fling me. Okay, well, I counter this. Okay, that's 1 less creature to deal with, but they still have 2 flyers. I do have 1 creature with reach. Galvblast. Oh, Thraben. Okay. Gain a life. Let's go. Blue Blast. I mean, I'm pretty much dead on board, right? Or am I exactly dead on board because of Thraben? Because I can go, like, block Mirror Enforcer with Timberwatch, pump itself, chump a Core Skyfisher, chump another Mirror Enforcer, take 3. My alternative line is to just cast Distant Melody and then have 0 mana left to draw 3 cards. I'm just gonna hope they don't attack with all for some reason. Or they just like somehow play a Tog and try to fling me, but I don't think that's gonna happen. If they just attack with all, I'm dead. Alright. I'm dead to that. GG's. Punted. Feels bad. I just hate, like, I'm pretty much now recording like every time I play a league, but I really hate punting like even worse now, especially now that I'm recording a lot, because it just feels even worse. It feels so bad. All right, well, I'll try to play tighter. I'll see you in round 3. All right, round 3, that punt still stings. Um, we're on the play though. Let's just go off and have some fun here. Mulligan and keep this hand. Just put back a Distant Melody, I suppose. These melodies are looking pretty uncastable. I think that happens though. When they look good, they look great, and when they don't look good, they look terrible. Wilds. There's a Vanguard, but just going Priest, F6, and then if we're able to untap, I can do some stuff. There's Swamp. Okay, am I gonna get Snuff Out or like Cast Down? So this is probably blue-black fairies or blue-black Delver. Not sure yet. I already, even at O2 with that pun, I already feel like I need redemption for this deck. Maybe we just go on and play something else. We'll see. Okay, they let me untap. They went top too. That's really interesting. I think actually the play I like, it's kind of weird, but I think if I go Essence Warden and then add 3 mana with Priest and then lead the Stampede, a guaranteed resolve will lead the Stampede, which is really nice. And then if I hit a Quarian Ranger, I can continue to play spells. That seems like it has the highest upside to me. Oh wow, they're just F6'd? I still go for it, I think. There it is, there's Quarian. Nice. So now I can just like essentially, oh, and Birchlore? Wow, I can just like go off here. So now I go Quarian. They should not have F6'd because they could have had Snuff Out or like, oh, I guess Snuff Out or a 1 mana removal spell. Let's untap this. Play Birchboar Ranger. Then go add 5 mana. So my options now are I can go Vanguard, Vanguard, Vanguard. Or I can just resolve another Lead the Stampede. And then even if I play Lead the Stampede, I can still play 2 Vanguards. Is that correct? Lead the Stampede, go down to 2 mana, then Vanguard, and then I can make 2 more mana. So yeah, let's just lead. Okay, now Vanguard. I think just play another Vanguard. I still like resolving the Lead the Stampede there while we could. I guess maybe I was supposed to just play Timberwatch Elf there, but I kind of like this line. Oh my god. Please, opponent. Oh my god. This is insane. Oh, I should have even dealt 1 more damage there. I don't know why I wanted it to be untapped. No. Oh my god. Feels so bad. Just wait on Timberwatch. Get all the counters on my Vanguard. Suppose that's what I'm going to do. I think I'll just attack with Mystic. I could just not attack, actually. Just tax their removal. That Fumes was insane. Okay, oh, it's Grixis Delver? No wonder, because we're in the O2 bracket. Now we can get cannonaded games 2 and 3. This league, though. Okay. Cliffs? Not Not the Snow Duel for Skred and your Grixis? Foretold a card, okay. Quarian. So I can play both my things out. Why don't I just do that? Let's just go like this. Just play around with whatever, I don't even know what. Now I'm gonna actually start by attacking for 2 and then play Aquarian. I guess they can't really have Cannonade with Delver in their deck. The card they foretold is almost assuredly Behold the Multiverse. They revealed Counterspell. They bolt targeted me? Sandstorm? Well, so we're just up against Grixis Delver. Okay. I don't know if Scattershot Archer is going to do it. They're definitely not like fairies at all, so I don't think I want that. They look to be pretty heavy controlling though. I don't know if I need either Essence Wardens. Is there anything else that's bad? I guess Well-Wisher's also not that good. They don't really care about life total that much. Definitely want these 5. I mean, I guess I could have some Pyroblasts as well. Play around like counter spells and stuff too. It's a lot of colored spells to bring in though. And Well-Wisher is a card they have to answer a lot of the time. I can like go down to 1 and bring in like 2 of these. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in more Pyroblasts. That's what I'm really not sure about. I mean, if I draw Birchlar Ranger, then my deck is looking good. Maybe just cut Well-Wisher entirely. It's pretty slow. All right, let's just try 3. Not really sure. Maybe I was supposed to cut Alyssa Lana there. Pretty clunky in this matchup. I don't think so. This doesn't work. This is good. This hand's actually very good. Like Llanowar Elf type card plus Forest plus Quarian is just such a good combination. You make so much mana on turn 2, even with only 1 land drop. That being said, what do I put back? I could put back a Quarian Ranger. That might be a little bit greedy. I think that's the card to put back. I'm not positive about that one. I guess I could have put back Vanguard or Timberwatch, but I'm just hoping my Fintorn doesn't die on turn 1. Most of the time their lands are going to have to be tapped to produce black or red mana. And I don't think there's any way they could have Swiftwater Cliffs Snuff Out in their deck. So I think they're just Grixis control like with Delver. And on turn 2, I get to go Quarian Ranger into maybe even Timberwatch Elf, maybe lead the Stampede. Or no, I only have, oh no, I have 3 more mana. I probably want to play a creature rather than lead the Stampede, honestly. I guess if I play Timberwatch, they probably just kill that. But that's fine. I think it's better to get that down early. They can't play a counterspell on turn 2 anyway, and they're kind of forced to deal with this. Swirling Sandstorm main. Oh man, this is why I play the blue decks. Okay. So I can just go land, play Lead the Stampede, and see what I hit. I think I like it. I don't know if they're gonna have miscalculation or something. Okay, draw 4. And so I can go untap this, play Birchwar Rangers, play Llanowar Elves. I think that's worth. I don't have like Wrath protection here, but I do have a Timberwatch at least. Okay. And I do have another Lead the Stampede. Definitely not going to tap this Timberwatch. That's for sure. They're just going to cycle. Yeah, if they just like tap out on their turn for Candidate, I can save 2 things with Corian plus Timberwatch Elf. I probably would just need to save Timberwatch Elf plus Llanowar Elf. Alright, they're just letting me untap. Okay, there's Hydroblast. Perfect, perfect. Now I feel a lot safer. I guess they could still have Suffocating Fumes, but not much I can do there. So let's go land, Vanguard. Then play another Vanguard, and then I can also play a Priest of Titania. Is it worth it to play all of those things? And will I still have Hydroblast up? So if I play Vanguard, then I tap both the Vanguards and tap Birchlore and Corian to play Priest. I think it's worth it. I'm going to try it. I'm just going in. Okay. And tap these 2, tap these 2. And I can always activate Corian in response to something if I need to. I didn't want to play Lead the Stampede yet, because they could just counter it. Is this a Suffocating Fumes? Are they not going for it? They're going to let this resolve first? Suffocating Fumes would be bad. Yep. So they're playing it in response to Priest. That's interesting. So I go, what do I want to save? Probably this Vanguard, and then I can save one more thing. I can save this Vanguard plus a Corian Ranger. Yeah, let's do that. So let's save this. Oh wait, I need to save Birchwar Ranger. I guess I can't save this Vanguard. Because I could save Birchlore plus Corian, and then that way I still have Hydroblast up on their turn. With Corian. I guess it's worth it. Save that. Untap. Save that. Now I let this happen. Then this comes in. And then I'm not gonna use Corian until they play a red spell. And then if they do, then I'll use it and play Hydroblast using. So I can untap something with Corian, and then I can tap 2 Elves to play a blue spell in Hydroblast. That game 1 fumes into Wrath was just so insane. What a league. I feel like even though this is like the Wrath deck, I feel like we should be able to win this matchup. Augur resolves. Alright, so they're just like a weird Grixis Delver control shell. They're kind of like blue-black Delver with red for red cards. But they're playing all these like Swirling Sandstorm and maybe multiple Fumes main. I'm not really sure, but next turn I get to lead the Stampede and resolve it too. So this is actually looking great for me. Another Quarian Ranger is actually pretty decent because I can untap Priest with it. So just go play land. And I think I just lead the Stampede without tapping Priest. Is that even necessary? I guess not. Guess I have plenty of mana. So that was actually a pretty big miss. So let's go Huntmaster. Let's just untap this. And then go Sentinel. Ranger. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I just have lethal here. So I attack with all of these, and then I can double pump with this Quarian Ranger. I should have thought about that before using this Quarian, but looks like doesn't really matter. Whew. Okay, we beat a Fumes there. Still didn't play that tight. I guess I need to get a little bit better at this deck. I still think the Pyroblasts are good. Most of their spells are blue, so just having a card that's like counter most of your spells, kill Delver, counter Augur, this all seems pretty decent. Distant Melody seems like a little bit of a liability. Do I want the fourth Red Blast? Just go deep? Rapid Vigor, they might have Cannonades also, but I guess not because they have Delvers and stuff, and they've already shown multiple, at least one Fumes per game, and this doesn't counter that. It does counter just like a random Lightning Bolt. Just the fact, I mean, this does counter Swirling Sandstorm too. Let's just have it in the deck. You can counter like a Cast Down. Just run it back. No. My favorite elves, like, why are you doing this to me? No, this is what happens when you run 13 lands. Opponents on the mulligan, classic. Oh no, this hand is not that good. And I think I have to keep. Because if I draw any creature, I can have Blue Blast up and Rapid Vigor, and I can always just cast a Lead the Stampede here. I think I have to keep. This hand is not good though. Maybe I just put back Rapid Vigor. I like that actually. I'd rather have Blue Blast, I think. Distant Melody, no. Maybe that'll be good later. I need to draw Elves though. Bringing that many Pyroblasts and Hydroblasts just might be wrong. Alright, let's just go Birchlore. And then do I just pass the turn or do I attack for one? If I don't attack, it gives away a lot. But I feel like it's worth it. I don't think the one damage really matters that much. Who knows if they have Fiery Cannonade? Alright, well, there's a tap land. So now if I lead the Stampede, they're almost assuredly just going to go Counterspell on it, but I think I just go for it. Nice, it resolved. That's kind of surprising there. think I just play out another elf here, even though I don't have Hydroblast. I want to advance my board. I'm surprised they didn't have a counterspell there. Wow, they're just letting me do anything here? Crazy. Not expected. Alright, let's go Vanguard. Into Timberwatch, I think. And then maybe play one more elf. They can't play Suffocating Fumes yet. Prohibit. Kicked. Okay. That means this might be able to resolve next turn. Interesting. Vintorn Elves trigger. And I need to leave up Blue Blast here. Augur, okay. Don't want to see a counter spell, I guess. Want to play this next turn. Lightning Bolt, okay. Are they gonna bolt right now? If they do, I'll try to counter it. I'd rather them bolt right now, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna counter this. Can we get ourselves into the 2 or the 1-2 bracket? Not the 2-1. Okay, that resolved. So now do I just go for everything here? I think so. So let's just lead Priest, then play Mystic, then play Distant Melody. Let me make sure I didn't misclick here, just in case. I think I can undo it even if I did, but... Wow, nice. Look at that. Look at that. Now, there's another Distant Melody. I actually don't have any protection this turn. But they can't really... They most likely cannot play a Big Wrath. So let's go land. Actually, I also don't have that much mana left. I suppose I could just play another Priest. What's best? I think that's best. I don't know if it matters too much. I do want to attack for 5. Now, even if they wrath me, I can just rebuild again with this hand. Okay, lead the Stampede. Yeah, that should do it. Let's just lead that. Sweet. I can just play everything and then just draw a million cards. So I'm just going to play fast and just try to keep doing stuff here. Always yes, always yield. Vanguard. Quarian. Making elf tokens. I guess I gotta be careful not to draw my deck, but I don't think I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I'm not even close to that. Let's just cast. I think I took out my Valakut Invoker, didn't I? Add blue mana. They're just F6'd. Okay. Now I have Pyroblast and Hydroblast and everything I could ever want. So let's just go add a million mana. And just Okay, they just conceded. We had it this time. Whew! We beat the Grixis Delver control deck, um, and we were able to finally fully go off. That was pretty sweet. Again, I'm not sure. I brought in too many of these, and I diluted like my mass of creatures that I needed, but it worked out. We were able to get there. 1 and 2. Let's finish up this league and see if we can come back and fight and 3-2 it. I'll see you in round 4. All right, welcome to round 4. We're in Sick World, and naturally we keep because we have plenty of land in the deck. 13 land. Oh, is this a mirror? Oh no, it's land destruction. So I think I don't want to get thermokarsted, so I think I'm just gonna. Maybe not. Maybe I don't care. Because if I just go Mystic and they go Thermokarst, that is actually kind of bad for me. If I play Ranger, I just get to play around Thermokarst specifically, but I make less mana on turn 2. I think it's worth. Quarian Ranger just means like they can't play any land destruction spells because I can just bounce my own forest with Quarian Ranger. It's a pretty sweet interaction. I wonder if this is going to be the Jund land destruction deck or red green or something else. This looks like Utopia Sprawl or something. They're thinking about how they want to take their line. And next turn, maybe I just play Priest and pass. We'll see what they do. Yep, Utopia Sprawl named black or red. If it names black, that gives away a lot. If it names red, yeah. Okay, so they're probably Jund land destruction. They could be just black-green mid-range that I've seen before. Cast down. Oh, cycle. Interesting. That's not what I was expecting. I guess they can, yeah, still cast down this. Okay, Chainer's Edict. That's fine. I still think I'm going just Priest here. That allows me to do the most next turn. Even if they go land destruction now, at least I got this down. I can't play around like another land destruction spell like a Munvili Acid Moss now. But if they're the black-green version, this is actually bad for me because then a lot of times they have like Crypt Rats and stuff in the sideboard. What is this? 5 mana? Take the Monarch? Oh, just a Packmate? Okay. Why they tapped wrong or oh they just wanted to they knew they were gonna play this? Seems kinda weird. Plus snuff out? Jeez. So they have only 2 cards left. I can play Timberwatch Elf, but it doesn't seem that good. I can just play Well-Wisher plus Birchlore plus Mystic. Seems like the line. Well-Wisher is actually pretty decent against their board, assuming they don't have much left. If they just have like lands or like random stuff in hand, Well-Wisher actually is going to be pretty reasonable. This looks just like I said, just the black-green version. We'll see if they have Mountain. Yeah, the fact that they didn't get Mountain there is definitely a sign. So we're just up against black-green mid-range. They don't usually have land destruction in the main. They have like usually 3 Crypt Rats in the sideboard. Visionary, sure. I guess that's a card I could play in this deck too, but I don't think you really want to. 3 mana is a lot. Could just play actual Elvish Visionary. All right, taking 3. Ooh, wow, there's actually a lot of elves on the battlefield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sweet. 7. This counts their elves too, which is pretty dope. It's good to know. Okay, so I have 3, 4, 5 mana. I could play Lead the Stampede this turn. I'm not really in a rush. I could just play it next turn. I'd rather just play out both of my elves, I think. Yeah, I can play both. And then I'll just Well-Wisher right now. And then they can attack me with whatever. But I gain like, how much life here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have a removal spell as their last card. Echoing Decay? And they're killing Timberwatch Elf? Sure. Gain 8. They have 0 cards in hand. And I have a Lead the Stampede. I think I'm pretty far ahead on this board. As funny as that is. They played 3 removal spells. But, oh no. I thought this was a Pestilence. This just looks like a Dino. I mean, obviously that was, oh, Flashback Chainer's Edict. Okay, that makes more sense. I suppose I keep Birchcore Ranger rather than Mystic. Okay. Should have realized it was the Flashback Edict there. They just drew in. I thought that was a Dino for some reason. All right. Obviously not blocking anything. Another Lead the Stampede. Sure. Oh, and one of them's a Quarian Ranger. It's so good when you hit Quarian Ranger. All right, so let's just play out Elves here. I could tap my Well-Wisher, but I don't want to. I want to gain life. Yeah. Nice. Priest of Titania also adds for each elf on the battlefield. So that was 7 mana. And then I just get to play all these elves out, play Lead the Stampede, and keep going. Let's see what we would have hit for fun. That would have been a bad Lead the Stampede, just these two. I guess I should have Lead the Stampede first before playing elves in case some like I hit this or like Vanguard or something. But this definitely gets tougher after sideboarding. I think we just want Wrap and Vigor. I think we want Gleeful Sabotage because it kills Utopia Sprawl, Pestilence, and Bonder's Ornament, all of which they could have some number of. I don't think they have Pestilence, but they could. I think it's safe just to like go down on some clunky stuff. That being said, Essence Warden is not very good in this matchup. And Huntmaster is actually good. These don't do anything in this matchup. Scattershot doesn't really do anything. I guess I can just cut Essence Wardens in one Distant Melody. I think I like leaving the Valakut Invoker in. And I think I like everything else. We saw what Well-Wisher can do in that game. Plus, they have a lot of elves in their deck. Makes my priests and Well-Wishers better. Yeah, this looks great. But again, we definitely have to be wary of Crypt Rats. I like the art on Llanowar a lot. I like the art on Findorn a lot. Not crazy about this Mystic. But I do like this one better than the other one for some reason. Alright, are they gonna... They're not gonna foretell a Packmate. Okay, so this means they probably do not have Packmate. Good to note. Also, they didn't play anything that we can sabotage yet. Do I want a Timberwatch? That gets the most pressure down. It also opens it up to a removal spell potentially, but I think that's where I want to be. I still kind of like just the Winding Way plus Lead the Stampede version rather than Distant Melody. Maybe I'm old-fashioned in that sense. Yeah, cast down. Oh, Echoing Decay. Sure. So if they just go Bonder's Ornament here, it's not bad for me. Yeah, I'll just kill it. Is there any reason to conspire? Probably not. So let's just cast. And then play a Well-Wisher, I think. So we're looking for Lead the Stampede as our best draw by far. Okay. Not ideal. I could commit one more elf to the board, and then that makes them have to Wrath, kill their own elf too. Otherwise, I'm just gaining 4 per turn. Because if I just sit here, they don't need to crack yet. But I don't really want to commit Timberwatch. I think I'll just commit one more elf and pass the turn. I don't think I need to attack. I'd rather gain more life. I think I just gain now. Pass. This way they can't like Crypt Rats in response to me activating Well-Wisher or something. They might just Crypt Rats at the end of my turn here. All right, now there's no reason to activate because now they can just respond with Crypt Rats. So I'll just wait. Yeah, they're just going to keep waiting too. They're just trying to buy time. Smart. I'll end of turn Well-Wisher though. I mean, I am gaining 4 per turn. I don't know how good that is, but 6 mana. Oh, this is a Gargantuan. Yeah, I've seen them play this card too. Okay, 5/4. Sure. See, just the threat of Crypt Rats out there is just so bad for me. I can't really commit into that. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna lead the Stampede here. Not a very good hit. So now they can Wrath and leave their 5/4 around. I guess I'm committing at least one more elf. I have to. Just go Findhorn, gain life, pass. I mean, I'm not like dying right now, which is good, but I'm also not doing that much. It's a Packmate. Another Gargantuan. Damn. And they can Crypt Rats for 1 now if they want. Maybe that was a reason to play Sentinel. Didn't really think about them being able to Crypt Rats for 1. Looks like that's what's happening. I can come back here. I mean, 5/4s aren't that big of a deal. Okay. I'm at 31 too, so I have some time. They have 3 cards in hand. I saved up a lot in my hand too. Okay, let's go Mystic. Just Mystic, Birch Horse, Sentinel. That's all I can do. I guess I could have just played Timberwatch. Not even sure if that... I think this is better, honestly. Alright, pass. I'm going to take 10, go to 16. And then next turn probably just play Huntmaster. Maybe I draw 1 drop. Maybe Valka Invoker doesn't need to be in this deck. I think it's fine. Full Art Terramorphic. I don't really like the look of those, honestly. Like to the edge. I like the look of like cards like this. Not necessarily that I like these lands specifically, but at least these have like the border going to the edge. This just makes it look weird. All right, we're dead now. We can't beat a second Crypt Rats, I don't think. I'll try. They're going to 15. We're going to 14. So we're dead in 2 hits. Might somehow be able to come back here. But they can also just have like a removal spell for this. I mean, they just had double Crypt Rats. Not much I can do about that. All right. They executed their game plan perfectly there. Yeah. Let's just go off before they can Crypt Rats, shall we? See you in game 3. Game 3. Gotta keep this hand. I guess this is a hand where I lead. Not even sure. I don't think I want to lead Quarian. I could lead Sentinel or Ranger. I guess I just lead Sentinel. I can always play Ranger on turn 2. Multiple Rangers in my hand. I think opponents decide if they want to keep here. Yeah, and I'm just going to lead Sentinel, pass. Turn 2, we'll see what I draw. But I can just go... I'm not even sure yet exactly what I'm going to do on turn 2. I could just play a Quarian Ranger, maybe into something else, like a Vanguard. Forest, no play. Interesting. There's Llanowar. Llanowar is actually good. So I can just play out a bunch of 1-mana elves this turn. Let's see, I'm definitely going to want to play Quarian. I think the best play has got to be Quarian into Vanguard, right? Then I don't have Llanowar elves on the battlefield, and I make a lot of mana if I get Llanowar elf down. Let's see. Let me think about this a little bit more. So I can go. Maybe I was supposed to lead Birch Lord. Maybe I get punished here. I go Quarian Ranger. And then I go make 1 mana, and then use Quarian, untap Sentinel. Untap Sentinel, bounce a land. Yeah, and then I can play Vanguard. And then also play another elf, like a... I guess I can play Vanguard into Birchlore into Llanowar. Alternatively, I can just play Timberwatch Elf here. I think this is better. Vanguard. I don't know, I can only play one more thing. So I guess I just play Llanowar Elf. It's a decent turn too. They're going to cycle. So they could have a cast down. They could have a Chainer's Edict. But I'm not in danger of getting Crypt Rats yet. Even if they play it next turn, I might be okay from it. Okay. Can I do like everything? I definitely am going to want to play Timberwatch here. So why don't we just go add 2 mana, use Quarian Ranger. Play Timberwatch Elf. Yield to this. Let's see. Trying to calculate exactly how much mana I have, because I can go Birchlore Ranger and then make 2 more mana after that. If they tap out for Crypt Rats, I think I just kill them anyway. I don't think they can. I guess they could have a Suffocating Fumes or something, but I don't think they play that. This did show me that if I have both options of Birchlore and uh, Jaspera Sentinel, I should probably lead Birchlore. I think it has a higher upside. I guess I played this turn wrong too because I could have led Vanguard, but just fucked up again. I'm just not playing well. Not sure what's going on. See if we get punished. Oh, they have Snuff Out anyway. Okay. Might actually be punished for that because I might need more damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. I think I have lethal. I think this draw just might have been a little bit too fast. Yeah, I think this is lethal. Correct me if I'm mistaken. Just go land. Play Well Wisher. I mean, I'm just going for it, obviously. Not beating like a long game here anyway. Then I just attack with everything except for Timberwatch. And I think that should do it. They can only block one thing, and then I just double activate Timberwatch with Quarian Ranger. Yeah, they just conceded. They knew we were just going to go for it. Man, I think it's just also the fact that I just need some practice with this deck. I've just been playing a lot of blue decks recently, and I haven't been playing elves. So I think that was like partially like I got really excited honestly in turn two or in round two when I like didn't play Gleeful Sabotage on their Chromatic Star or whatever. I should have like thought about it more. But I'm also like finding it a little bit slower, like just adding up my mana and like taking the correct lines, playing the correct creatures in the correct order compared to uh, like typically when I used to play this deck a lot. So forgive me, I'm just relearning the deck here, especially Sentinel. The build's a little bit different. So yeah, let's just go right into round five here. I mean, 0-2 into 3-2. Can we do it? We're against Luka Jack. Play first. Man, we've had so many of these just like not even close to keepable hands. All right, let's keep 5. Invoker's going away. And I think Distant Melody is going away too. I think Gleed the Stampede is just better in this hand. Okay. And we're just leading Mystic. Definitely played Luka Jack a number of times. Mirror? Okay. Not quite the mirror. I think I'm just playing Well Wisher. Could play Birchwell Ranger, but this uses my mana better. Then I can just start gaining life too. They don't have colored mana yet. Since they played Wild Growth, that makes it much more likely that they're either Jund or just red-green. This deck is really popular these days. All right, it looks like it's just red-green most likely. All right, let's just go Birchlore into Essence Warden, I think. I just want to get more things down. Pass. If I draw a land, I can lead the Stampede. What is this? Oh, Acid Moss? Jeez. Okay. I can attack for 2, gain 3. Could have just attacked for 3 there as well. They can start drawing cards. Or they just have a boarding party. Okay. I guess they can destroy their own land to thin. That's kind of cool. They can trade a forest for a second Highland forest. They're going for it. That's pretty sick. I actually have not seen that play before. All right, we take 6. We do not have many lands in the deck. Let's go Quarian, Yield, and do I gain life now? I suppose they could play an Arbor Elf, but they could also kill something in response. I think I just will not gain now. It's not that big of a deal if they like Lightning Bolt in response to my Well-Wisher activation. Just 1 life. I can't use Quarian Ranger because I don't have any forests. And this is actually an elf. Another elf, sure. Alright, well I'm gaining a lot of life per turn here. They probably have 4 cannonades in the sideboard, which is not good. I'm probably supposed to win game 1 here, which I could still do. No. Oh, they're bolting that? Interesting. Another Well-Wisher. I mean, I guess I don't make any mana now. I'm getting hit for 10 a turn. Only gaining 5 per turn. It's not looking good. And they're drawing 2 per turn with Bonder's Ornament. I'm just going to bring in all the Hydroblasts. The Pyroblasts don't seem nearly as good as the Hydroblasts in this deck. Oh, they have Dino. Dino into Acid Moss. They can, if they have a 3rd Highland Forest, which it looks like they do, they're trading it out, thinning their deck. That's kind of cool. Just pretty funny that we literally don't have lands, so they're just Munvoli Acid Moss target themselves. No blocks. We go to 17, and there's a land. Okay. Still can't cast anything. Now we're taking 1 million more damage per turn. I think we're dead in like 2 hits here. Boarding party? Okay, we're just dead. I don't think we can win. This is actually an elf. It's funny. 12, 18, 22. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just play 4 candidate in the sideboard a lot of times, but even so, I'm just bringing these in no matter what. Bring all this in. I think I want the Gleeful Sabotages again as well. I think these can come out. Maybe a Huntmaster just because it dies to Bolt. Well-Wisher's not that good. They do have to kill it. Just kind of slow. I'd rather just build up a huge board presence. I like 2 Distant Melody, I think. Got the quad Hydroblast here. Alright, we got this. Do I want a second Well-Wisher over anything? Not really. As you saw there, like we were gaining 6 life a turn and they just didn't care. So I don't think it comes into play that much. It is something that they have to kill, most likely, but is what it is. All right, see you in game 2. We got this. All right, let's play first. Can we have a keepable hand? Looks like no. We're like a 1-drop shy. Man. Because this hand just doesn't function. We have a Sentinel, and then turn 2, what do? We can't cast anything because we don't have a second 1-drop for Sentinel. And yeah, we just literally don't do anything. All right, this hand actually looks great. This hand looks fantastic, actually. This is like almost perfect. I think I just put back a Sentinel because I have a Birthware Ranger, which is just better than Sentinel. I think I want to keep the Priest. And if I draw Lead the Stampedes and stuff, it gets a lot better. They can't turn 1 land destruction me, so I'm just going to go for Fintorn Elves. That makes me have way more mana on turn 2. They're just going to go Arbor, sure. And then another land, okay. So let's just go land, Quarian. I guess I can just do everything. Priest, Birchlore, leave up Hydroblast. Okay. I don't have any gas left, but they can't play Thermokarst. I guess they don't probably have any land destruction in the deck anymore. Okay, they just foretell a wolf, they untap and foretell another wolf. See, isn't that wrong? Shouldn't you just cast a wolf? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're doing it for some reason. But none that I know of. Lead the Stampede. Like, why wouldn't you just cast wolf there? I don't get it. So this is going to telegraph that I have Hydroblast, but I guess I can attack with all, and then I can Quarian Ranger into Hydroblast. That might be a little risky, but I think it's worth it, honestly. I don't want to telegraph that I have it. They can just boarding party here. Am I going to counter that? Maybe. I guess we'll see. Cannonade. Okay, so now I go untap, doesn't matter what. And then go Hydroblast. Counter that. And then they wolf. Makes sense. But still, if they just wolfed last turn, wouldn't that just be better? Alright, we have nothing left. We have to hope they don't have second Cannonade. I'm seeing lots of Wraths in this league. Makes me less excited to play this deck. I think this Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl package is actually really good right now. I think it's strong. I don't know if I'm F6'd. If I am, I shouldn't be, because I can use Quarian to save one of my lands from like an Acid Moss. Yeah, I think people just get a little hyped on the foretell. Like sometimes you can just cast. Right, Bonder's Ornament, sure. Maybe they just drew that. Foretell another wolf. Oh, another Bonder's Ornament. I mean, that's scary. Gleeful Sabotage off the top. Lead the Stampede. I mean, Timberwatch is something. I actually have close to lethal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elves on the battlefield. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. So right now I can hit for 15 damage. So if they play one Arbor Elf, I actually might be able to just kill them. They're drawing right now, sure. Untap into Llanowar Visionary. 4 mana Wolf. Oh, another draw. Okay. I mean, they're kind of screwed to this if they don't have an answer. I think they're dead here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elves on the battlefield. I can activate twice. Yeah. Just attack with all of these. Double pump whatever they don't block. Wow, Hydroblast got there, huh? Pump. Untap. Pump. Nice. Yeah, if you don't I mean, they had the one answer, but sometimes that's not enough these days. That made the deck look good. Wow, I thought we were going to lose that game for sure. Hmm. They actually went to 3 there, so if they had played Wolf, I wouldn't have been able to attack for 4. Is that right? I'm not sure. I forget exactly how the beginning of that game went. Yeah, I mean, they probably do have 4 cannonades, so Distant Melody does seem like a little bit of a liability. Rapid Vigor plus Quad Hydroblast. So I have 5 answers. Let's just run it back like this. This setup looks decent. I mean, their deck is explosive, but so is mine. I think I can come out of the gates much quicker on a good draw. I think I have to keep. There's the Arbor. That is not what you like to see. I don't have blue mana yet. Foretell a Wolf. Okay. All right, there's a Huntmaster. So let's just go. I think I just keep one of my Quarians in hand. I can trigger this Huntmaster with it. But I have to like commit something to the board. I can't just like never commit to the board here. And they're gonna Wolf. Yep. Wolf actually is looking pretty sick. There's a red source. That is not good. I want Birchwar Ranger here. Timberwatch is good as well. I'm just going to have to commit here. Sometimes you don't play the deck and you just make your plays. So if they don't have a Wrath, I think I can just kill them. If they have a Wrath, we lose. Okay, Bonder's Ornament. No Fiery Cannonade. No. Ah, damn it. They probably do have 4 Cannonades, but I just didn't have a blue source. They have 2 cards left, but they have a Bonder's Ornament. Could have held 1 elf in my hand. I think it's better to go for the win there. That sucks. All right, GG's. We got. I thought we were going to get the 3-2 there, but not so lucky. 50 play points for our trouble. I played bad that league. I'm definitely going to admit it. There was a lot of things I could have done better. I didn't sequence perfectly in a couple spots. I just punted against Affinity. We still needed to win 1 more game to win that match. I think this deck is fine, but I mean, as you can see, people still are respecting the go wide decks, and they're packing Crypt Rats, they're packing Cannonade, they're packing all that stuff. So you can play around it like you saw in that last match where we Hydroblasted the Cannonade and then won. But is that really where you want to be in a league? I'm not sure. So this is youtube.com/snapbolt. My name's Max. Thanks so much for watching. I had a great time. Even though I didn't play that well, I'll do better next time. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.